So Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. It has ended in stalemate on Easter Sunday. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe to Craig's channel. Link will be in the title. And Craig, mate, heart attack settings, right? 2-0 down, 2-2, penalty missed, chances missed left, right, and centre from both teams. I'm sure it was a great game for the neutral, but as a Liverpool fan and Arsenal fan, and we're old men, my heart can't take much more of this. What did you make of that?
Oh, Lee, look, it was, I won't even say a game of two halves. It was a game of 35 minutes and then the real Liverpool showed up. But I feel how you probably felt in the first half. And then I think we switched in the second half because we were speaking before we came on and you were saying that you're absolutely fuming at Arteta's decision making. You're fuming at the fact that you didn't see that game out. Always the same in the first half, mate. We didn't lay a glove on you and it was far too easy. But context is important. And I think it's how the draw comes about. If we feel like we got to win today, you feel like you threw away 3 points.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Well, what did you like when I see the lineup? I was like, okay, cool, because there was and ahhing over Saliba coming in. I didn't think he'd start. The front three that we picked, I thought, okay, that's what I would have done. Bring Trossard on second half, and then we go 2-0 up. You're nowhere in the game. Robertson had a chance. Other than that, nothing. Jesus misses a chance. Martinelli could have scored in the first minute, and then he squared it. But then you get the goal out of nowhere, right? And for me, I was sitting there and I was like, they've rattled Xhaka, yeah. And Jesus, fair play to him, dragged him away. We didn't switch on for the next minute after that, and bang, you score, yeah. And it was like them little margins in a game, and when you're right at the peak, yeah. And I know you're having a bad season in terms of league position and trophies and all that this season. But you have been up there for the last 5-6 years under that manager, yeah? And fair play. Like, you are hard work to beat, especially at your ground, right? But you have to do them dark arts sometimes. And listen, Salah, for me, wasn't great today, but he could have scored 4. Like, it's mad, isn't it? And them little instances, Darwin Núñez should have scored. And then Bobby Firmino, I mean, come on. How many times is this guy going to score again? It's getting boring, mate. Like, I can't lie. But then on the flip side of that, Jesus should have scored. Martinelli could have scored. Saka twisted Robertson and Konate and sent them back to the academies of where they've come from. Like, and it was just like a little bit of composure was lacking from both teams in that box. Yeah, and on another day, that could have been 5-4, 5-5, 6-5. It was, for me, it looked like 2 very nervous teams, but in different halves. You were petrified in the first half, couldn't get near us. In the second half, we were petrified and hanging on. And then it was, let's go again. And then we get that chance in the 95th minute, mate. I'm going to have nightmares, I swear.
Imagine how I'm going to feel with Konate and Salah's misses. I think your guys need to learn that when you come to Anfield, don't rile up the crowd. Don't rile up the players, because we had nothing until that incident with Xhaka and Trent. And then that got the crowd up, got the players up, and we dragged our way back into the game. And as you said, when we scored the first, you kind of realised then you've got something to lose now. You've got the potential of a win, keeping the title race in your own hands. And let me just say one thing before we move on. Wholeheartedly, and I hope I speak for every Liverpool fan, I want you to win the title. I want you to go on and win that title, because I despise everything Manchester City stands for. I have a lot of time for your fan base, I have a lot of time for your club. And I wish you the best for the remainder of the season, man. But
thank you, man.
I'm buzzing because I didn't think we had that left in us this season. So I hear your frustration, but I've finally got something to build on now, something to sink my teeth into and go, yeah, I've seen Liverpool show up today.
It was almost like because Jurgen Klopp, when I've seen the build up for this game, it was almost like this is like a title decider between us. The way he was building up, he was speaking very highly of Arsenal and this and that, but he was like, this is Anfield. And you have got a good record at Anfield. You'd only conceded 9 goals there before today all season. 4th best record in the league at home. We had the best away record, 9 goals conceded all season. And it was almost like, okay, now we're going to go there and right the wrongs. And we're 2-0 up. I mean, I was flying. I was bad-mouthing Liverpool left, right and centre. Yeah. And a humbler. As Grizz Khan says, Anfield's a humbler. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you're left like, wow, we have still got something in the tank. This manager has still got something. The players can still show something. I see your midfield today, and I thought we walked through that all day long. Yeah, and to be fair, we did until you scored. And then after that, couldn't get the ball off your second half. Yeah,
I thought Thiago was brilliant when he came on.
When he came on, he was class. He's a top baller though, man. Like he's always been good. The problem with him is he can't stay fit. Yeah, and if he stays fit, and I said this at the very start of the game, in the build-up to the game, I said they've left him on the bench because he ain't 100. But that is the one midfielder you have at your football club that can totally run the whole game. Yeah, he can slow it down, he can speed it up, he can pass, he can defend. Just chill. And I think with us, I think the little bit of inexperience with Arsenal today did show. Yeah, because it was almost like the manager was inexperienced, didn't make the subs at the right time. Like I said a minute ago, you make 3 subs before us. I mean, I'm sitting there screaming at my Mac going, get Zinchenko off the pitch. He was nowhere to be seen for Salah's goal. He's gallivanting all left, right and centre. And as good as he is going forward, and I thought he played all right, get Tierney on, just man mark Salah. Just man mark him, put him in your pocket. Yeah, and lo and behold, yeah, that side, we didn't utilise it properly. I thought Martinelli was poor second half, but we didn't get him in the game. Trent's booked, Robertson's booked, Van Dijk's booked. And you're thinking, just get the ball. Saka was poor for me today. Yeah, and it's like, I'm so upset. Like, I'm not angry at any individual or the manager or anything like that, but I was just sitting there and I was so gassed all week. And I was thinking, we're going to come and beat you today. Yeah, and I've just seen a team that are not quite there yet. Like, and if we don't win the league, we didn't deserve it. If we win it, then this result don't matter, and I'll probably change my mind again.
What do you reckon to the line now going full on Molly Meatball McCann with the elbows?
I mean, what do you reckon to the referee? Sorry to change that referee for me. I'm not one to cry about refs. I thought he was shocking. He was literally scoused today. He was scoused today.
Like, I think he was shocking full stop, to be honest with you. I just think he's shocking. I think Tierney's an awful ref.
Did you think it was a penalty? I thought it was harsh. I can't lie. I can see why he got given because he come through the back of him on the back of his calf. But at the same time, I was like, it's just a coming together. Then there was tackles that he'd let go, like you said, for both teams. But there was the tackle on Xhaka where Konate pushed him to the floor and it all kicked off. For me, that's a foul. Yeah, and
there was a few because Jota got brought down as well just before that, if I remember correctly, and the ref did nothing. The penalty is one of them. It didn't make a difference really, did it in the end? Because Salah done what he's done for his last 2, which is failed to hit the target. You know, I'm somebody who doesn't mind a player missing a penalty, but you've got to make the keeper work. And Ramsdale made some great saves. He was poor.
But at the same time, he was poor and nearly scored a hat-trick. Or you know what I mean?
Well, I guess we should say his shooting boots weren't on because he did put a good shift in. He did work hard. He did get into the right positions, but as you said, he should have scored a couple today easily.
I want to ask you as well, who do you think was your man of the match? Because for me, looking like, and obviously we're intense when we're watching the games and we're screaming and shouting. For me, I thought Konate was your player.
100%.
Like
100%.
He was the only player on that pitch that looked, other than when Thiago came on, but he didn't play the whole game, which is why I didn't give it to him. But when I looked at Konate, I was like, he's the only one that actually has a little bit of calm, a little bit of chill. Henderson was running his mouth to the ref. Like Salah was a bit quiet. Jota got hooked, thank God. He normally scores. Yeah, Cody Gakpo I didn't think was great today. Fabinho I thought was poor. When I went around the whole team, I'm like, that Konate, he was super chill today. And you can see why you brought him and why Klopp plays him. Because like Matip's been brilliant for you over the last few seasons. But you can see why that guy is brought for Liverpool because he is a level above Matip, mate, for me. And I think
he was nearly playing right back as well today. At times, Trent was so high up the pitch, and he was brilliant. That tackle on Xhaka, the sliding challenge, that got me up off my seat, man. That was all I want to see. That was old school stuff. And you're right, he was our best player on the pitch by a country mile today. Definitely my man of the match from our side, anyway.
Who do you think was Arsenal's?
It's a good question. It has to be Martinelli.
I'm going goalkeeper. Yeah.
Well, Ramsdale made some great saves. How did Konate not score? He tried to chest it over the line, but Ramsdale made some good saves, particularly the one that I think Salah hit. It took a deflection, and then Ramsdale went flying across. That was a great save.
There was another one as well. I think it might have been Salah as well. And if it had nicked Gabriel or Zinchenko's head and they were right in his eye line, and if it had just skimmed their head, it's in the back of the net and he parried it. But it was a great game.
He had a good one-on-one save from Darwin as well. Darwin came through left side and he made a good save there.
He is good rushing out, to be fair. He is very good. But yeah, it's mad. Listen, it was probably a fair result in the end. If we both look back at it, we both missed a lot of good chances each. But Yeah, man. Anfield is definitely a humbler, Craig. And I'll tell you something, mate. If we're going to win this league, we're making it hard work. We're 6 points ahead of City. They got a game in hand, and we still have to play them, and they got a better goal difference. But I want to get your prediction very quickly before we wrap this up. I know you're thinking with your head and your heart, like Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. But real talk, take your Liverpool hat off. Do you think we'll win the league?
Yes, but I don't think he'll win at the Etihad. I think he'll get beaten at the Etihad, but I think City will slip up. I think they'll get distracted with the Champions League, and I think you will capitalise on that. And you deserve to win the league. You deserve to win it, and your football's been sublime this season. You've done it in the right way with a young squad, a young manager playing easy on the eye football. And I wish you the best. I really, really, really do. I hope you go on and do it, because nothing would make me happier than seeing somebody else. Because we don't want the Premier League turning into a Bundesliga or a Serie A or Juve win it 10 times in a row. It's good for the league.
No, I love that, man. And listen, make sure you subscribe to Craig's channel, Anfield Agenda. Link in the title. I love you to bits, mate. You're always a real one. And I've calmed down a little bit now. Now I've heard your version of events. Yeah, because I was ready to. I swear, if I see that ref, mate, I'm going to jail. Right, but that's how I was feeling about 10 minutes ago.
Just open him if the linesman's around, because he fancies himself as a bit of a hard no.
Man, I don't know what he was doing. He was patting Saka on the back at one point as well. Like, it's not with these officials, man. But no, I love, man. Very quickly, what you got coming up on your channel? Let the people know.
We've got a whole week now before we play on the Monday night against Leeds. So not much coming up this week. Just a bit of Champions League stuff on Twitch, seeing what might have been for the remainder. But yeah, I appreciate you looking. I appreciate you giving us your shout out as well. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you. People don't know that we actually really do get on a lot behind the scenes. We're always messaging each other, but we should really do a bit more together on the content side as well. Because I like what you do, Lee. I like you as a fella. And again, a lot of time for Arsenal fans.
Fair play, man. Listen, I appreciate that. And listen, we're both repping Adidas as well. So come on,
always.
We're real, aren't
we? always repping Adidas.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, you're wearing red. I'm wearing blue. I'm not quite sure about that. But we're out of here, people. Laters.